Hey guys, welcome to the first video of this financial planning series brought to you by Total Control Traders. Now, for those of you that don't know me personally, I am not the type to exaggerate, and I was only able to get to where I am by following a solid saving plan with proper investment style. Through this video, I'm going to provide you with a rundown on how I went from $1,000 net worth to well over 100 times that in the span of 8 years. This was all achieved without having anywhere near six-figure income. So if I can do it, so can you. What is financial plan? What is financial planning? It is provide a holistic financial game plan. Most of you may not know this, but to Canadian banks, majority of the time they categorize financial planning under wealth planning. So the service is not available to the general public, only to those who are mass affluent, the wealthy. So what about those people who truly need help? They are stuck with a financial advisor. Now, having been an accredited senior financial planner in my previous job, I know that there is a gap in delivering the necessary information to the public. I've had plenty of feedbacks where people say, the advice they're looking for, they're not really getting, or there's a gap in the financial education for their kids. And I've had multiple clients who brought their kids to me and seeing success from there. Financial planning should be available to the masses and not just the mass affluent. My vision of financial planning is to help all those that seek the information. And now I have found a channel to provide that through my channel at Total Control Traders. Alright, let's get into it. Now, did you know your financial advisor may be broke? Through my 8 years in the industry of finance, I've met tons and tons of people. Lots of wonderful people, lots of amazing people. I've learned from a lot of them. However, there are majority, maybe not majority, but I say around 40-50% of them that are living paycheck to paycheck. And part of it being when financial institutes hire people, they don't check their savings. It's a privacy issue, right? So there's no guarantee that the advisor you're dealing with or the planner you're dealing with is well off, is successful at what following their own advice. And there's going to be another video that dives deeper into this topic, so keep an eye out for that. Alright, first point of financial planning: set a goal and plan ahead. What does that mean? You want to set a goal for not only finances, your personal life as well. Where do you want to get to? One of the most common interview questions is, what is your goal in 3, 5, 10 years? And ideally, you want an answer to that question prepared at all times. And that shouldn't be just for your personal life, it should be for your finance life as well, your financial health. Plan ahead. Make sure set up step by step on how to get there. How do you want to achieve your goal? Second, save 50% to 70% of your net income. And we go by net because essentially that's what you get in your pocket at the end of the day after the paycheck gets taxed and whatnot. So why is it 50 to 70%? Well, it depends on if you have a mortgage. Do you own a house? Do you have set expenses? If you don't, if you're renting, you should be looking at minimum of 70% savings from your net income. If you're getting $1,000 per paycheck, save $700. That still leaves you $600 every month, every 4 weeks for spending. If you have a mortgage, you have set expenses, you want to be aiming for a minimum of 50%. Now, that does not mean you have to resort to eating burritos and instant noodles every meal. Nothing is worth your health. But maybe cut the dining out down to 0 if you're overspending on the month, and treat yourself when you see success in your savings. Second, save the overhead. So the beginning of the plan, you're gonna see it's all about save, save, save. Because without savings, without getting that first pot of gold, you cannot expect a return, because you're just spending your money. You don't have money to make money for you. So save the overhead. If you're having 1 month, 2 months, even 3 months in a row that you're underspending to what you are projecting, save those. Because there are going to be months that you're going to be over. And at the end of the year, if you're well ahead, maybe take a trip. Deserved it. You're still treating yourself, right? Trust me. Saving those overheads are going to be key. It's going to be worth it. And next is the first 5 years going to be the hardest, because you don't have any savings. You don't really have any money that's working for you. It's sort of like having a company. You're building your company from the ground up. Right now you have employees, maybe 1. You slowly get to 2, and then 10. So that's how savings work as well. Once you have savings, once you start building up your savings, those money are gonna start working for you, as long as you're following your proper investment style. And there's going to be another video on that, on proper investment style. Ideally, you want to divide it, to quickly dive into it, ideally you want to divide it into 3 portions: 1 long term, 1 medium term, 1 short term. Long term is for whether it's retirement. Medium term, it's TFSA, if you're planning for a trip kind of thing. Short term should be saving for a big purchase you have planned, whether if it's fixing the roof, buying AC, buying a car, buying a phone kind of things. So make sure you have a proper savings plan, then you're investing appropriately, not over your risk tolerance. Okay, first 5 years are the hardest. From there it gets a lot easier. And believe me when I say this, after 5 years, you will start feeling accomplished. Care about your hard-earned money. Now, I have had plenty of clients that came to me or not responded to me. Those that came to me, there's been 2 different types. One that really seek the advice and want to learn about it. Those generally become more successful. Whereas there's the other kind where they seek the advice, they listen to you, they try really hard to listen to you, except it doesn't click, or they just don't care enough. So care about your hard-earned money. You worked hard for it. Ideally, you have a date or a year or age of retirement in your head. Don't rely on CPP OAS. Those are not going to be sufficient. They may be. I don't know, if you work hard through your whole life at the maximum CPP contributions, they might suffice for retirement, but you don't want to be relying on that. And CPP every year, the increase on CPP OAS doesn't even match the inflation that we're seeing. And last but not least, only you can help yourself. Okay, you can go seek for all sorts of advice. No one's going to be able to manage your money for you. People might be able to say they're managing your money, they're investing for you. You want to help yourself at least to the basic knowledge, or at least one of the individuals in your household needs to have that basic knowledge. You need to care about your money. Okay, without you looking into setting up a plan, set a goal, start taking that first step on getting towards your goal, no one else can do that. It's all about what you are willing to put in. At the beginning, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to be hard, but then it's going to be worth it. So to recap, set a goal, plan ahead. First 5 years is going to be the hardest. Save at least 50 to 70% of your net income, depending on whether if you have a mortgage or not. Save the overheads on the month that you're underspending. Treat yourself, if the year has ended really well deserved. And care about your money. Put care into it. Look after it. Don't just let it sit in the savings account. Alright, so that's it for today. This is part 1. If you like the contents I'm putting out, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and look out for part 2 as we dive deeper into each of those topics. Thank you for watching the videos.